might be wondering, Dave, this is an indoor episode. What are you doing outdoors? Well, the Battery is a special outdoor place, but the Sea Glass Carousel, that's a special indoor place. Located in the Battery on the southernmost tip of Manhattan, Sea Glass Carousel is an above-ground, underwater wonderland.
When we were sitting around the design table, someone said, what about a merry-go-round? 11 years later, we have this amazing, spectacular, one-of-a-kind carousel, which is like no other carousel. It does go around, but that's kind of how it ends.
What you might not know is that the Battery was the original home of the New York Aquarium. And finally, with Sea Glass Carousel, the fish have returned. The building that houses the carousel is sea-themed too, designed to look like a chambered Nautilus shell. Every aspect of the Sea Glass Carousel was created to make your ride as dreamlike as possible.
George Siepin's Opera Factory did the staging. George said to me very early on, I don't want children to ride fish. I want them to be fish.
It's not just a carousel, it's like a theater piece. There's 13 channels of colored LEDs in each fish, hundreds of channels of lights in the ceiling. There's 2 speakers behind you, which are separate channels, there's a speaker in front of you, there's a bass kicker under your seat, 3 bass speakers in the room, and there's speakers in the ceiling. And they're all controlled individually. And then with moving the fish, which is all, again, completely programmable, you're creating a whole show. And then the park is lovely. So it's always lovely to be here.
The Battery is our birthplace park. It's truly where our city began. And it looks out onto 11,000 acres of New York Harbor. Today, it is in the middle of a very changing, dynamic financial district, and it's really becoming a neighborhood park.
When night falls over the Battery, Sea Glass comes to life as a fantastical, phosphorescent fish tank.
On opening night, the ages were like a month old to 80. I mean, this is totally age inclusive. Everyone comes, and the young adults love it. It's romantic.
With variables in light programming, ride movements, and music composition, you'll never have the same journey twice. And at just $5 a ride, you might find yourself going for a second spin.
We hope New Yorkers now re-embrace their historic beginning park, but in new, exciting ways.
Where you'll find Brooklyn Zoo. It's a gym like you've never seen before. Unless, of course, you're used to working out by hopping across poles suspended 10 feet off the ground, bouncing off trampolines, and jumping off elevated platforms into foam pits. What is this place?
So most people are used to going to the gym and doing the whole Arnold Schwarzenegger thing where they bulk up and beef up, which isn't wrong. The muscles look great and having that size is great, but it's not practical. So in here, we teach you how to use those muscles to say, okay, I want to try, I've never tried a handstand. Somebody did a flip on TV, I want to learn how to do that type of flip. This is the type of place where you can learn that. King of the Jungle class is a $20 class. Most of our classes are $20. It's an introduction to the gym. So we teach you a little bit of parkour, a little bit of tumbling if you want to try some trampoline or some of the obstacles, or even trying a platform jump where we help people conquer their fear of heights. We don't discourage anyone, just like everybody who wants to come and try it, come on.
As with all exercise routines, it's important to stretch before you get started.
And he's down.
Parkour, formerly known as free running, is a mix of acrobatics, obstacle jumping, and ninja moves. But before you can do anything like that, you gotta learn some basic skills, like landing on your feet.
Nice. And go.
A tumble roll.
So you land right back on your feet. And go for it. Nice. Oh! Moving on up. He's moving on up.
Parkour master.
Right. Like landing on your feet into a tumble roll.
Right, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Stay tucked. Nice.
I gotta get off my couch a little more often.
You see?
Who knew?
Who knew?
And even had to run up a wall.
You're gonna place your foot, place your next foot, and keep climbing up.
All right, running up the wall. Here goes nothing.
Go for it. Yeah. Woo! Thumbs up.
I'm getting tired. Thumbs up. Yeah.
Putting that sequence together could look something like this.
Geronimo, I ran up, I didn't have any dead legs, just like this.
Nice.
American Ninja Warrior.
Nice. Here you go. Keep your legs tucked. Nice.
Sticks the dismount.
I've never been the flipping type of guy. Not a problem at the Brooklyn Zoo. They can teach you how to do that.
You're not gonna think about this.
I'm not gonna think about
If you
it.
think about it too much, it's gonna overwhelm you,
Right.
and you're gonna get that little Frankie fear. Frankie fear is that little
Right.
guy on your shoulder that's
Yeah.
like, don't do it.
Yes, yes.
Good. So, you wanna take it up a notch?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes!
Oh! That was great. Oh, I see the problem now. I should have listened when you said that this was actually the hard part.
Yep. I'll help you out, though. Here.
No,
turn
no, I
around.
can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I've got a lot of pride. I think I'm getting further under.
How hard could jumping on a trampoline be?
So what I want you to do is just jump,
Okay.
get acquainted with her, take her on the first date, you know?
What's her name?
Loretta.
Hey, Loretta. Don't do me. What did I do to you, Loretta?
Pretty simple.
Okay.
You don't have to do the second one.
I'm gonna do that.
You're gonna do that and more. Arms up.
I got you. 1, 2, 3.
I hate to admit it, but I don't know anything about the Hindu religion or what happens in a Hindu temple. And today, that's gonna change right here in Flushing, Queens. Situated in the heart of Flushing, the New York Ganesh Temple was the first traditional Hindu temple in the United States and has been serving the surrounding community since 1977.
In Hindu scripture, it says that even if you don't sit and pray, just go to the temple and you will energize yourself. And that's exactly what people feel when they just walk in.
When you visit, you'll discover very quickly just how inclusive Hinduism can be.
First of all, Hindu faith welcomes one and all. And I think it's important for all of us to learn how each faith worships and understand those religious differences and respect it. And so we take a tremendous interest in sharing our religion with any of the visitors who come with a great sense of pride because that will bring our friendship closer.
If you're visiting for the first time, Mr. Padmanabhan, or GP for short, gives individual and group tours.
So GP, I think you can answer a lot of questions about the significance of the Indian ornamentation that people wear from a temple. So I see there's 2 bowls here. One is gray and one is a deep reddish orange. Yeah, and what are they for?
This is the holy ash of one of the rituals. Everything is offered to fire. Fire, as the agent, gets back the blessings. After the ritual is over, then we collect this ash. We purify it. We add some fragrance to it. Normally, you don't get it?
Ooh, it smells very nice.
Camphor, something like that. So this you can take and you can apply it yourself.
Even as a non-Hindu?
Yes, you can take and just put like this. That's it.
Now, who wears the red one?
Anybody.
I see you're wearing it.
Anybody. I like to wear it, but it's not only a religious symbol, it adds beauty. It's a beauty mark.
Did I get a beauty mark?
Yeah.
Thanks, GP.
Although we couldn't film the deities directly, out of respect, I was curious about these beautiful statues that fill the temple.
A non-Hindu visitor will see multiple deities inside the temple, and they have this misunderstanding that Hinduism consists of 330 million gods, which is not true. These deities, they are the attributes of God. Ultimately, our prayers are reached to the top, which is the Supreme Brahman. And in Hindu religion, we strongly believe when you do a ritual for a deity, the ritual is incomplete unless there is a food offering.
Okay, GP, what is the coconut for?
Coconuts and bananas are always an offering.
Okay.
So you have designated this place for coconut breaking.
This is just for coconut breaking. While waiting for my chance, one of the priests came to crack a coconut and nailed it in one shot. This should be easy. Oh, this way?
No.
This way?
Try this way.
Okay.
And if it doesn't break, again try.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here I go, GP.
Still hard. Still hard. With force.
Am I not doing enough force?
Yeah. Ow. Not enough.
This is a good one?
Good one, yeah. See? Beautiful.
Now we just get some ice.
Once you crack your coconut, you bring it to a priest for the offering. He places it inside the shrine, does some blessings, then in a surprising twist, you get your coconut back with extra stuff. In my case, an apple and a flower.
Thank you very much, thank you.
All these food offerings are making me hungry.
People kept saying, if you're having food for the deities, why not have some food for us as well? So that's how it started on a small scale, and now it has just grown completely.
At the sport.
I started fencing when I was 13. It's actually a uniquely New York kind of sport. It's been here since almost the beginning. More than half the Olympic team trains here in New York City. We have some of the best coaches in the world. One of the fencing clubs was opened in the 1890s, and it's been this sport that's been here in almost every Olympic Games has had fencers from New York City. So while we've got these major sports like the Yankees and Knicks and the Giants, we also have been amazing in the sport of fencing. If you're just starting fencing, what you need to know is first, the sport is very safe. It is a great lower body workout. You're working your legs, you're in a squat position the whole time, and it's just really fun. And I always tell people the best way to experience is to go out and try it.
All right.
All right, so now that you're all dressed,
Yep.
I've got a couple quick things to tell you. First of all, in fencing, we never shake with the hand that holds the glove. That's considered an insult. So before a lesson, we actually shake.
Lefty shake.
Lefty shake.
Oh, that
That's
takes
called
practice.
a fencing handshake.
Fencing handshake.
This is your saber, and you're gonna hold your thumb across the top like that. Then you're gonna wrap your hand around it. You wanna hold it not too hard, but not too light. So I shouldn't be able to knock it out of your hand, but it also shouldn't be so tight that you can't manipulate it when we start fencing.
Okay.
Another fencing tradition, we're gonna salute, like that.
Fencing movements are unlike any you'll encounter in regular life. Forward and backward steps are all geared around balance and keeping a constant distance from your opponent.
Now if I say double advance, you take 2 steps. Double advance. Triple advance.
Yep.
Oh, almost, almost.
As if your legs weren't already getting a workout with squatting.
You ever done a lunge at the gym?
Not many.
It's kind of similar, but I want you to kick in an extension. Very good. And freeze, and then recover, back to on guard.
Once you have your footwork and striking lunge down, an equally important skill is defense.
So 3 blocks a lunge here.
Yep.
4 blocks a lunge here.
Right.
5 blocks your head.
Okay.
All right, 5's an important one if I try to get you in the head.
Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna have you put your mask on.
Okay.
And we're gonna have you practice your parries, okay? I'm gonna lunge at you. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Very good, and you freeze. Now, once you block, we call this a repost. You're gonna hit me in the head. Okay, so block, and hit me in the head.
Yeah?
Yeah. Perfect. So let's go fast. So bop, 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 okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Hit me in the head. Freeze there. Wait, I'm not even cutting you anymore.
But would I be able to score a point on a silver medal Olympian playing at just 2% capacity?
And fence. Good, so you missed. Keep coming, I'm not gonna even try to get you. Almost, almost. Try the fakes, try the fakes. All right, you got me. Now you try to stop me, fence. All right, so you want to fence to 5 points?
Yeah, let's do it. I want the
real
full
deal?
Tim
Okay.
Morehouse experience.
And you missed, and then I scored.
Oh, man.
So I scored this 2-0. Oh, that was a good one, almost. So I blocked you, and I scored.
I have a feeling I know how this is going to end.
Ready, fence. I blocked you. You blocked me, good, good, good. Get me, get me. I blocked you, and I scored. 4-0.
Oh, it's match point.
And fence. There you go, come on, come on, come on, come on. Score, go, go. Almost, almost. Oh, good, good, good. Oh, no, and I scored.